Yeah, hello everyone. I think good afternoon in the Philippines. So, once again, welcome to our Angular Philippines monthly meetup. We had a lot of meetups already, and I'm really happy that we have invited a lot of expert speakers for our community, And we are still continuing to invite a lot of experts for us to learn a lot about Angular, especially Angular now has a lot to offer us, especially for us developers, right? And this afternoon it's also a special speaker for us as well. So it's one of the experts, one of the Google developer experts, and she will share also one of the latest things or one of the latest patterns that we can use for Angular. But before we move to our speaker, our like monthly ritual. So I will just introduce Angular Philippines, especially for the people who are new. So I will just share my screen. Yes, I guess can everyone see it? Okay, not yet. All right. Once again, welcome to our community, Angular Philippines. So we are a Philippines tech community since 2016. So we are already running for 10 years, and we are still continuing on doing our mission in terms of teaching people, giving mentorships, boot camps for free, and also some kind of mini conferences for the Filipino people. No? So not just for students but also professionals. You are welcome to join. So, what is Angular Philippines? We are a non-profit tech community who are passionate on organizing events such as meetups, seminars, and conferences there in the Philippines for developers, students, and professionals. So, basically, in summary, the leaders of Angular Philippines, we have our main goal, which is sharing our knowledge, sharing our ideas for all of the Filipino people. And we are doing free mentorships, we are doing free seminars, we are doing boot camps. We have our boot camps last year as well, and we are also planning to have our second boot camp because we know there are a lot of participants, there are a lot of applicants rather, but unfortunately, we didn't cater a lot because there are like 100 plus applicants, but we are still striving. We're still continuing to do our best to have our second boot camp. As I have mentioned a while ago, so we are founded on year 2016 by a group of developers where they share their same advocacy in building an organization which has a goal to help other developers in using the latest technology. So Angular Philippines, we started as a small group. If you can see in the picture, so it started in the Philippines basically, and we are like only a 10 group of people, and the main goal of that group is basically to share knowledge with each other. Our community continues to grow, and this is our active community leaders right now. So I'm actually the main community leader of Angular Philippines, but making our events possible. So it's not just me; it's by the help of my other fellow community leaders as well. And if you also want to be a community leader, please feel free to contact one of our leaders, or basically please feel free to contact me as well. No? You are welcome. So if you are already experienced or you just want to learn as a community leader as well, you don't have to be an expert in Angular. Our main goal is to teach each other. So you are welcome to join us. And right now, it's not just on Facebook group, but all of the active members. So we are almost around 7,000. I think this is already outdated, but we are now around 7,000 plus members on our community. And we are continuously growing. And as I have mentioned again, so these are just members, but if you want to step up, if you want to join our core member, if you want to join our internal developer team, if you want to be a community leader, you are free and you are welcome to join us and apply. And we have a lot of past events already for the past 10 years. So we are actually partnered with different communities in the Philippines, also in other parts of the world. So we are doing the monthly meetup just like this one. So we also have some face-to-face meetup, which is partnered with Microsoft Philippines. We are also doing several speaking events, which are also partnered with different communities, organization communities, school communities as well, well-known schools in the Philippines, or are actually partnering with them to conduct some talks and speaking events. We also have some podcasts. Podcast is kind of like an informal way on answering people based on their career, on some tech stuff. And we also now have our website. And yeah, upcoming events. So we are still doing this Angular monthly meetup. So this is just like our monthly, just like this one, a monthly online meetup. And I hope also we also have like our face-to-face monthly meetup, but we are still doing on that one. We still have our partnership with other organization, and we also have the Angular podcast. And most of all, we are continuing to do our internal projects that will be publicly available for the community members. And yeah, our new website is live, so you can actually go to our website so to check all of our events, our upcoming events, and our past events as well. And you can also contact us through our website. So if you have some inquiries, you have some speaking engagement, so you can actually ping our community leaders because us ourselves we are also speakers. And yeah, if you want to join Angular Philippines, it's easy, it's free. So you can just join our Discord. You can also follow our Facebook page because this is our main portal, or this is our main source where where we post our events, and also our Facebook group. So our Facebook group is very active, especially for the updates and also the latest features of Angular. And yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, let's move to our speaker, and I will be introducing her for you guys. So yeah, she is a Google developer expert. So another Google developer expert, guys, an Angular enthusiast and leader of the front end competence center at Avenga. She shares her knowledge as a speaker, mentor, and creator of Speed Date with Angular and YouTube. And as the organizer of NG Kato in Poland, she fosters the local Angular community. So I think she is also one of my fellow Microsoft MVPs. I didn't see it on my notes, but yeah, I'm sure I'm right about that. So yeah, please welcome to our virtual stage, Brigida. So let's all right. Yes. Hello, Brigida.
Hello, hello. And you are right, I'm also MVP of
Yeah,
Microsoft.
I'm right.
Yeah. Okay, so is my screen shared? No.
Okay, I will share your screen. I'll just change the layout. Okay, and you're good to go.
Perfect. Okay, so hello. It's a pleasure for me to share my knowledge with you. And once again, thank you for invitation. And today, we will talk about zone.js, change detection strategies, and of course, zoneless. But first, it's working. Not working. Why it's not working? Uh, Now it's working. Cool. Okay. So, but first, I will introduce myself. But probably now you know that I'm Angular GDE, MVP Microsoft, and so on and so on. But what is important for me, I'm NGCATO Meetup organizer. So if you somehow will be in Poland, let me know. Maybe in Katowice, we will have running my meetup, or I because in Poland we have a lot of Angular communities. So probably wherever you go in Poland, you will find some Angular community there. What's more, I'm working in Avenga as a senior engineering manager, but I'm also still front-end developer. And I have my own YouTube channel, Speed Date with Angular. Okay, so let's start. Welcome aboard. Today I will be your captain. So, hello. It's hard to wear. Maybe I can wear this hat. Okay. for a little bit. Okay, so welcome aboard. Let me show you my demo application, but we had to refresh it to show it. Okay, so as you can see here, we have the captain dashboard with all of information which is important for me like a captain. So we have crew members, captain logbook, treasure map, and the most important thing, the rum level. Yeah, it's very important for all sailors. So this is a simple application. We have here zone.js, and all of components are using eager change detection, so our old default one. Okay, I will maybe stay. Yeah, so let's go to the presentation. And let me start with Zone.js. I hope that all of you know that Zone.js is a library, but now think about it like of the captain's parrot. And I have one here which is sitting. I want to have this parrot sitting on my arm, but it will be a little bit complicated. But think about Zone.js like of the captain's parrot. So this parrot is screaming every time something might have happened. So, for example, sailor sneeze, spoons fall down, or any other situation. Mm, Okay, so let me explain what exactly our Zone.js library is doing. I don't know where to hold my parrot, my treasure. Okay, so Zone.js monkey patches core browser APIs like timers, events, HTTP requests, in general, every async operation. And what it's doing next. Zone.js notifies Angular whenever something might have changed. And what is doing our Captain Angular? He is checking entire application from top to the bottom. Why? Because we don't know where this change occurred and even if this change occurred. So it's mostly like some kind of a prediction. Okay, but Zone.js, of course, has some bright sides, right? And first, obvious one, automatic change detection. It's very useful because everything is just updating and we can focus on our work, creating new features, and so on and so on. Uh, in my mind, it's like when I started using Angular, it was awesome that when I wrote my first line of the code and I saw, oh wow, it's magically updated there. Fantastic. Yeah. So it simplified our developer experience. But every treasure had its curse. And here we have some disadvantages. Um, First, performance overhead. So we had a lot of unnecessary change detection cycles because Zone.js is notifying Angular every time uh, something may happen. So it's like I said before, it's more or less like a prediction. It could be something or not. Mm, Next, we have debugging complexity. Mm, yeah, we have here a lot of Zone.js pollution. And here, I'm pretty sure that all of you had the same situation. You open your application, do something, open the DevTools, look to the console, and show an error. and you just want to check the stack trace where this error occurred. And you saw only zone.js, 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 zone.js. Yeah, it's pretty annoying. Or maybe you were debugging your application and step into the zoneless file. I really annoying it. Mm, Next thing, mm, it's impact our bundle size because it's a library. So it has its own size. It's around 33 kilobytes. You can think it's small, but still, it has to be download, parse, and execute before our application will be bootstrap. So it takes time, so impacts our initial loading time, core web vitals, and so on, so on. Next thing, compatibility issues. Yeah, Zone.js monkey patching core browser APIs. And everything is moving forward. So we have some new browser APIs, and somebody needs to update Zone.js. It doesn't happen magically. So yeah, we have to wait for some updates. Um, the other thing is that not all browser APIs could be patched by Zone effectively. Sometimes, like with async await, it has to be thirst down level to work correctly with Zone.js. Yeah, okay, but with Zone.js and without it, change detection mechanism stays the same. What is changing? When, when and how change detection mechanism is triggered. So let's go through our change detection strategies. And first will be the default one. I hope that all of you know that now default is deprecated. And we have the new name for it. It's general is just renamed to eager. Mm, and since Angular 23.2, we have the eager one. Cool. So, yeah, and here's the very important thing that the default one will be removed around version 24, more or less probably in this one. We will see. So default change detection, rest in peace, very soon. Right. Okay. So let me explain how this eager change detection works. And here we have our ship. Mm, And think about it like of our application, which is using this eager change detection in every component. And our ship is splitted to decks and cabins. So think about decks like all the child components of our main main deck, so main component, app component in general. And those decks have cabins, so the child component of the deck. And now I will explain the situation. As you can see here, we have hole in the ship, and our parrot is screaming to the captain, hole in the ship, hole in the ship. And what is doing our captain? So our captain is starting his journey, and he is checking deck by deck, cabin by cabin, because he wants to find the hole in the ship. And even though he finds it. He wants to be sure that everything was checked, and he's checking also the last cabin. And as you can see, this approach is not very efficient. Our captain is very tired now, but we have the other strategy available. So let me jump to the on push change detection. And it's really easy to enable it in component decorator. You are just adding change detection on push. And now, very important news. Now, in version 22, on push is our new default strategy. So when you are creating new component using CLI, it's there. It will it could not be by using CLI. Just don't add any change detection strategy in your component. Uh, by default, on push is there. So this is a very important thing to remember. And now, if you want to have the eager change detection, you have to explicitly add it to the decorator. And we had some migration, which will change the old default to the eager one. So in all components where you have no explicit change detection, so in general it's the default one, it will be moved to eager change detection. But any other components will not just magically move to on push. The only change is to explicit set eager change detection in your component. Okay, let's go to our application and move it to on push. So I will change the branch to on push and let me see what's happening here. Okay, so we have treasure maps, RAM level. I see that it's going down, so it's working, but we don't have crew members and captain logbook. So as you can see, sometimes it's not easy to just put on push to our component and everything is working. No. Um, but why RAM level is going down? Yeah, I will let you know later. Why? But first, let me go to the presentation again and explain how on push change detection is working. So basically, everything looks the same. We have decks and cabins all in the same place. The parrot also in the same place. Um, and let me move to the some simple real example here. So user is clicking the button. Yeah, the first, the obvious one. Uh, what's it's going now? And in this on push changes section, it's matter that when user is clicking the button, our component is marked as dirty, but not only this component, but all of its ancestors. And here, as you can see, our sailors are raising a flag. Our pirate is screaming, hole in the ship, hole in the ship. And our captain is starting his journey. But now he's not checking entire sheet. She's checking she, whatever. I'm the captain, so she um is checking only those decks and cabins where sailors raise the flag. So those components which are marked as dirty. And as you can see here, it's the main deck, bottom deck, and the cabin where the hull is. So our captain is going main deck, bottom deck, and the cabin with the hull. Cool. The path is much, much shorter. We are checking only the three components. Much, much better than the default one. But what exactly triggering this marking as duty? Because we want to have this perfect perfect path. Maybe not perfect, but this shorten a path for our captain. So now we know that handling dummy thens because of this button clicking and etc. Next is immutable property binding. And here, remember that if you have object, you have to change the reference here. Yeah, it's a very common pitfall. Next, async pipe. And that's why our RAM level um, was going down because I used their async pipe. Next thing, signal. So when the signal value is updated and we are using the signal in the template, our component will be marked as dirty. And the last one, probably well known, mark for check. Okay, so let's go and improve our app uh, to be uh, one step ahead to our migration. Um, one step closer. So first, let's use mark for check. Is the easiest one. Okay, let me inject change detector ref. Okay, but I forgot. Oh, thank you, Copilot. Here is component crew widget. We have here typical, well-known all construction where we have a service, we're getting something from our API. Here's a crew members, subscribing to the observable, assigning the members. Yeah, nothing fancy, really old construction. And here I added or Copilot added a mark for check, and let me say that and check if this is uh working. Okay, I will refresh it, and yeah, as you can see, we have crew members now, so it's working. Cool. But in this case, I think mark for check could be removed and we can do it better. Yeah, so maybe let's start with async pipe. Okay, so I comment this one. So I will also comment this. We need observable, right? Mm, And here we have the observable. So we are getting crew members from our service. And now let's move to our template. And here I will comment this line and add the let variable with the async pipe and use it in the if and in our for loop here. Let's save and check if it works. Refresh. Yeah, we had crew members. So yeah, mark for check works, async part works. So it's time for signals, right? Mm, okay. So it's time to comment this one. And okay, so let's start with to signal. Why not? I think that Copilot also is thinking the same way. Okay, I will change. Is loading the signal, save it, and of course that we have to go to the template, remove async pipe, and use parentheses. Perfect. Thank you, my assistant. Because we want to get signal value here. Okay, let's jump here, refresh, and this is also working. But now in version 22, resource API is stable. So maybe we could also use, for example, HTTP resource here. Okay, so remove this one and let's create HTTP resource, get our crew member from the API, save it, and go to our template. And here, HTTP resource is very powerful because under the hood, it's updating some signals. And we have here, for example, is loading, has value, or value, of course, error, and so on and so on. So we had a lot of useful information just out of the box. It's no need to create your own. It's loading, checking things, and so on and so on. So I will just write here crew members, but it's not correct because it's loading. Is our signal right? And crew members, here we need value. Okay. Okay, let's check. Mm, Refresh. Yeah, and this is also working. It's working because we have signals under the hood which are updated. We are using signals in the template, and everything is working. Cool. So let me jump to the presentation now and explain you one more thing, because we can, of course, combine default, so now eager, a change detection with on push. Mm, decks and cabins with the stash line are using on push change detection. The rest of it are using the eager one. And as you can see here, the component with the hole is using on push change detection. And okay, so let's wait. So let's start. Yeah, so it's on push. So sailors are now raising a flags. Our captain is informed by Parrot that we have a hole in the ship, mm, and he is starting his journey. But now, because of this mixed change detection, he's not checking only those components which are marked as dirty, but also with the eager change detection. And yeah, here's the but. But let me go through this. First, here this tag is using on push change detection, and inside we have child components with the default one. But this deck is not marked as dirty, so our captain is skipping this component. So if parent component is using on push change detection and it's not marked as dirty and has child components with the default strategy, it will not be a checked refresh. No, it those components will be skipped. That's why our captain now is moving to the second deck, which is using eager change detection, and he is checking here only those cabins with default change detection strategy. The third deck is also skipped because it's using on push change detection strategy is and it's not marked as dirty. So our captain is going to the bottom deck, which is using eager change detection and also is marked as dirty. And he is checking those components with eager change detection. And the last one, the on push, the component which is using on push change detection is marked as dirty and of course has our holder. Yeah, so um yeah, this is the path of our captain. And he finds the hole and also is checking the last component with default change detection strategy. Yeah, so here you have to remember that if you have parent component with on push change detection strategy and some child components with eager one, and parent component is not marked as dirty, the child components will not be checked. Yeah. Okay. So let's go to the one more thing, very important, connected with signals, because with signals we can achieve something more very interesting. It's local change detection, but we have to fulfill few conditions. First one, our application has to use on push change detection strategy. Next, we need to have signal value change, but this change should not trigger marking as dirty of our component and all of these ancestors. It has to be triggered by some async operation. So we are getting some values from our API or any other observable new value, and so on and so on. Because as you saw before, with our crew members and Captain Logs book, with on push change detection strategy, when we are getting data from the API, it's not working right away. Of course, when we are using HTTP client. Okay, so we are on the ship. Whole ship is using on push change detection strategy. Um, we have hole in the same place, our signal, and the async operation. So our signal value is changed by async operation. And what is going now? So the consumer of our signal is marked as dirty, but not the ancestors one. They they've got new flag which informs Angular that those component um, have child with the view that needs to be refreshed. So now our captain has a straight path to the component where the hole is, and is just going right away there. Mm, and I think that this is very, very awesome that we can have this local change detection. But I think that it could be sometimes hard to achieve because we have to work on our architecture. We should have on push change detection. Signal has to be updated by some async operation, so without marking as dirty, all of those components. So cool, but probably it's not easy to achieve in large applications. Okay, so that's everything connected with the change detection part. Now, finally, we can move to zoneless one. And here, the zoneless is stable since Angular 20.2. And since Angular 23, zoneless is enabled by default. So when you are creating your new application, zoneless is already there. It's pretty awesome. But mostly we have existing applications. And yeah, here's my cat. I forget to tell you that uh, she could interrupt us. Um, okay, what I want to say, yeah, about migration. So mostly we have existing application, so we have to migrate. And migration, so some kind of removing zone.js and adding zoneless change detection, it's pretty easy, straightforward. You have to just mm, do some uh, short steps. And as you can see here in appconfig.ts file, you have to swap provide change detection to provide zoneless change detection. In Angular JSON, just remove zone.js and zone.js testing from the polyfills. Remove all imports connected with zone.js, uninstall zone.js, check in the browser if it's really gone, and that's it. So pretty straightforward, very easy. But in real world, nah, it's it's not so simple because you have to prepare to this migration because not everything will be just working with zoneless change detection. Okay, but first, let me say something about what will trigger change detection in zoneless application, and we will move to what we should do to prepare to going zoneless. Okay, so first the triggers. And if you were listening carefully, probably you know what will trigger change detection in zoneless app. Yes, it's async pipe, signal value update, mark for check, bounded events, component reset input, but always also HTTP resource, yeah, because we have their signals under the hood. Mm, and what will not trigger change detection? And here's only the most popular examples. HTTP request new observable values, set timeout and set interval. Here's very important. Remember, set timeout, set interval will not trigger change detection anymore. Okay, so let me move our up to the zoneless water. I will change the branch. Mhm. Okay, we have to stop it. npm install to remove it. And let me move to the presentation. I will say a few words about the benefits. Mm, First and the most obvious one, performance. Yeah, we don't have all of this unnecessary change detection cycles there. Mm, and our performance, it's much, much better. Next, we have smaller bundle size because we removed zone.js. So our core web vitals should be happier, and also initial loading time should be a little bit faster. Next, easier debugging. We don't have all of this zone.js pollution anymore, so we don't have thick in this all of this seaweed of zone.js. Debugging is much, much easier. And the last one, which is the most important for me, we have full control over reactivity. We are deciding when UI should update. Of course, by using some tools like async pipe signals, Mark IV check, and so on and so on. So it could be also automatic because of that. But we we have influence. We can control it. This is no magic there. Right. Okay. So we have the benefits and probably npm install finished, and we can run our app. ng serve, right? And let's move here. Okay, cool. We have crew members, captain logbook, treasure map. Yeah, it looks awesome. Uh, but I'm wondering why RAM level it's not going down. So let me check the DevTools, and oh wow, look, we have my favorite error, expression change after it has been checked error. I'm pretty sure all of you know it. And to be honest, I hate it. But look, maybe I will make it bigger. We have information that expression has changed after it was checked, and previous value was 100. Yes, the RAM level is 100, and current value is 54, 47, and so on and so on. So something is wrong, but why we are seeing this error? We are seeing this error because I added in our app config one very useful tool. You have it here. So provide check no changes config, and it will be very, very useful. It's working only in debug mode, um, developer mode, and you can check if you have any updated bindings which were not reflected by zoneless change detection. So it was exactly in the error. So uh, the value of our RAM level was 100, and we were seeing it on the UI, but the exact value was totally different. So it wasn't a change by zoneless change detection. And you can set here the interval also because it's checking now every 5 seconds. Uh, yeah, so this thing will be very useful to check and verify your application and also probably during development um, also. Okay, so now we know why we are seeing this error, why the RAM level is not going down, and what's going on. Before we were using async pipe, so it should work, but I changed something. Yeah. I just wanted to show you that set interval will not trigger change detection anymore. Mm-hmm. So it's very important to remember that. And let me quickly fix it. I will add signal here. Okay, thank you, Copilot. Cool. Let's save it and go to the template because we now need parentheses, right? And let's check if it's working. Yeah, RAM level is going down. We don't have any additional errors here. Perfect. Okay, so let's jump to the presentation. And now we are in the AI era. So everyone is using AI, and we have some tool in Angular CLI MCP which you can use, and it should help you with zoneless migration. And it's easy, very easy to add this Angular CLI MCP server to your app, and you can just ask your agent to use this tool. Maybe propose some plan for the migration and move step by step um, through this plan. And mostly it should look like that it's analyzing your project, um, changing it's also changing the strategy where it should be changed to on push. It's also adjusting your all the way of inputs and outputs to the signal. Um, signal one. Mm, what's more, of course, adopt some signals if needed and move your app to the zoneless water. And of course, adjust your test. So it's a complex operation. It's better to verify it step by step with your agent. To be honest, I don't know how this tool is working with large legacy applications. So if somebody will use it, I really want to know what will happen with it. Mm, because I know that our application could be very complex. Um, and we have to think with about a lot of different stuff during the migration. And now it's time for some zoneless migration checklist. So before you start, first upgrade your application to Angular version where zoneless is stable. So the minimum version is Angular 20.2. Next, understand your current change detection strategy. So check your application, check your most complex component. Of course, you can do this with AI, it will be faster. Um, but check, um, but check it because you have to know what's going on there and review your third-party libraries, so your UI libraries or any other, because they should be compatible with zoneless change detection. Okay, next, prepare your app. Mm, So it's mostly almost the same like doing this migration with this Angular CLI MCP tool. So adopt on push where you can. Of course, not not every there on push is needed. Sometimes you just can't use on push. Um, for example, when you have some UI libraries, and I don't know, you have your host components, which is the which in which you are mm, dynamically create other components which could use default change detection. Yeah, it has to also, the parent also has to use the default one to update the children. Yeah, right. It was I was showing it um on this ship example. So here, be careful, but of course it's doable, but you have to think what will trigger change detection in zoneless application. And I think that now you know what is this. Mm, what next? Prefer using signals and resource API. It's not obligatory. We still have async pipe mark for check, but now more and more other application just using signals, resource API, signal forms. I think that it's more and more useful and easier for us to use it, adopt in our projects. Yeah, and also probably for AI, it's more straightforward now because we have all of the skills with good practices and so on and so on. Ah, I forget about the check marks. And here we have the point about removing this ng zone on microtask empty, on stable, on unstable, is stable. Yeah, mm, those things will not work correctly with zoneless change detection. Mm, so they will just not emit any value. And you could first you have to remove them and replace them. So, for example, with the ng zone on microtask empty or unstable, you can replace them with after next render hook or after every render. It depends what you want to do. One more thing here, because we have also ng zone run and ng zone run outside Angular. Will be those things are compatible with zoneless zoneless change detection, zoneless application in general. Okay, and next thing, enable zoneless. So first, enable zoneless change detection, remove zone.js, enable our debug mode will which will be very useful to find places where we are updating something, but it's not reflected on our UI by zoneless change detection. And verify your application, fix migration issues, update your test also to the zoneless change detection, and yeah, and be happy zoneless uh, Zone.js free developers. But yeah, I know that this is not very easy, especially in large applications. But I think that this is worth it to move step by step improving your app to finally mm, go zoneless. Yeah. So thank you. I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry, I
Oh,
was on.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you very much, Brygida. That was a very, very wonderful talk. So yeah, personally, it was easy for me to understand everything because you have like a story. Yeah, I really appreciate that kind of like how you deliver it to the audience. So it was really nice. So especially
Thank you.
yeah, when I was starting Angular. So this is one of the most complicated things to understand, right? The change detection.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
yeah,
That's true.
first like
And
what is this?
and now I think that it's good to know a little bit because still we have to check if our AI agent is writing code in a good way.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Yeah, we have AI, but still, you are like the architect of everything, so you
yeah.
still need to know what happened. Yeah. Thank you again. So, guys, if you have any questions to Brigida, so please drop it on our comment section. But yeah, I still see no comments. Maybe. Yeah, but
Uh,
some.
you, I think that maybe
Mhm.
after a few hours, if somebody will have a question, just write to me on LinkedIn
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
can chat.
Yeah, yeah. But some of my fellow community members, they were saying that your talk is really nice because of the story. So they know, yeah, they know. We have a lot of beginners, by the way, on Angular,
Oh,
who is watching as well. So yeah, they also say that this change detection, the zone list, because yeah, if you're an Angular developer, right, it's not the zone part that you first see. So it's just like a library on what's happening under the hood of Angular. So other people doesn't really know what is zone.js. So it's really important for us to know.
yeah, 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 yeah. It was always hard topic. I remember that when I was a beginner, it was
Mhm.
like, why I need this on push now? It's not working.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember that moment. Oh,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't like it. Let me change it to the default one.
Yeah, it's the same for me as well because if you try to create a component, right, you don't really see the detection strategy, so it's already default. So yeah, when I saw this feature like on push, like what is this? So yeah, it's actually related to the performance as you have like mentioned,
Yeah.
as you have discussed. So yeah, it's really awesome. And um, yeah, maybe a question from me, Brigida.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, for Zone.js, do you have like any other, because you already discussed it really good, but for people who wants to like have a deeper dive on how to migrate, for example, or maybe just to understand deeply more on Zone.js, do you have like any recommendations on where they can start or what resources or documentation?
Uh, okay, but about Zone.js or migration?
Maybe it's just Zone.js first, or yeah, or both, or maybe.
Mm, so mostly, I think that with Zone.js, we have a lot of articles. I can send you some of them later. Maybe you can
All
share
right.
it with your audience. Mm, but the most important thing here is that the zone.js, it's like this is only the prediction, right? That maybe something was changed or not, and this is the guessing. This is the magic, the magic here. Um, and let me think. Of course, documentation, it's always nice. To be honest, I don't know if we have some deep articles around especially around the migration,
Mm-hmm.
around the topics, what to do when, I don't know, you have some very, very complicated component which is using, I don't know, all library which is depend on zone.js and so on and so on. So it's like I think that still we don't have information or good articles, good videos about that. Mm, so here I don't have recommendation,
Yeah.
mostly
No.
just try to
Yeah.
figure it out. I think that yeah, in Angular documentation, for example, you can find a lot of information what will work or what you should to remove. Or also, for example, there is an information about reactive forms.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because reactive forms under the hood, they are using the observables, right? Information that something changed and so on and so on. And if you are using it in your project and you are migrating to zoneless, you have to remember about adding, I don't know, some mark for check or changing your maybe form to signal one, just change the approach. It could be like, okay, I forgot that under the hood it's observable and it will just not work right away. So it's a lot of, I think, nuances, and a lot of it depends on the project and
Yeah.
what you have, and probably um, it is always a different journey, and you have to discover what's going on and maybe do it just step by step, because if you just start to migrating it, I don't know, feature by feature, I'm thinking about some part of your application, you are still improving it, so it will be working much better with signals on
Mm-hmm.
push change detection strategy and so on and so on. It could be like small hybrid there, but still we have zone.js there. And what else? Um, oh, I think that it would be nice. Also, I will send you the article from Reiner
Mm-hmm.
about testing. Mm, I know that now a lot of people are using just V-test especially, uh, but this part is, I think, that mostly will be interesting for this Jasmine and Karma users, which are not migrated to V-test. Mm, because some mechanism in tests which we are using, like bypassing, tick, and so on, so on, they are from zone.js library.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
if you remove it, we have problems. And this article is very interesting. So I will send it to you because it also shows the mm, interesting thing connected with promises because Zone.js purchase promises, so they are not like the native one where when we are using Zone.js. And after removing it, it could cause some troubles with
Mm.
your test. But Rainer explained it well, show some some solution how to change it. So I think that this one will be very interesting and useful for audience because mostly in VTest and just we have um, we have tools in from those libraries and you don't need to use things from Zone.js. Yeah, so probably it will be easier there. Okay, so I'll find this article, send it to you, find some interesting articles and
Yeah.
videos about Zone.js. Mm, maybe in near future also or maybe it's somewhere online now. Dimitro Marzensky had also presentation about zoneless, and he did deep dive to it, how it works under the hood. So it could be also very interesting for the next step to digging in how all of this mechanism works. Um, so I will try to find it because I saw this presentation on NG Belgrade, mm, but I think that the videos are not revealed yet. I
Mhm.
have to I have to check it. Probably they should be on YouTube soon.
Yep.
I will check,
Yeah. Thank
find
you.
it, or ask Dimitro. Maybe he did also some video on his YouTube channel. Yeah, his YouTube channel is awesome. So it's the coded front end. So also
Yeah,
I
I also
encourage
watched
you
it.
to go there and just see all. Dimitro has a lot of very interesting
Mhm.
videos, especially for beginners. So just go there, decoded front end. For me, it was like, I think that the Dimitro channel was for me like, um, like you find a treasure with all of the knowledge
Yeah.
explained in very easy way, step by step. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, yeah. Thank you for providing it, Brygida. And yeah, and a lot of things are changing now in Angular, right? Also, you mentioned the V-test. So we are also migrating now. Our team is also migrating now to V-test as well because we were using micro front ends, module
Oh.
federation, but
Mm-hmm.
we're quite tight with Webpack because it's module federated, but I migrated everything to native federation. So we are now free from using Webpack. So it was like a pain for our team because yeah, we want to use the new tools, especially Vit and Vitess as well, but we
Mm-hmm.
cannot. So when we successfully migrated to native, then yeah, we're now migrating to Vitess, and it was really cool because also soon enough we are also migrating to zoneless as well. So
Perfect.
yeah, it was first.
Oh, so I'm waiting for some. uh, interesting stories about your migration because
Yeah, I will be.
probably you will
Yes.
have
Yeah.
some trouble. I don't know.
Yeah.
Interesting cases, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So the troubles are the most interesting stories.
Yeah, yeah,
Developers.
exactly, exactly. Because when you have some problems, you can share it with other people,
Yeah.
and they're no, okay, I can do this or that or whatever. So those real life problems are the best to
Exactly.
create, I don't know, presentation, article, video. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. These are the things that makes you learn on the process,
Mhm.
right? So as you've said, also, yeah, I really agree on it that it depends on the project on how you migrate because every project has its own architecture,
Yeah.
has its
Yeah.
own like how we build it. So it's really, yeah, it's really hard to document it. Yeah.
Yeah, but if we have gathered some knowledge
Yeah.
from different projects, different people, probably it will be much, much easier
Yeah.
because somebody could have similar problem, and you can, oh, okay, maybe it will help, or maybe it's a
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
direction. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's typical. I think that with all migrations, whatever it is, it depends on project. Every project has its own problems and needs, and so on and so on. Yeah. I also had a problem with my project with adopting native federation. Um, yeah, in general, we skip it for
Yep.
for now.
Yeah. I experienced it as
Um,
well. Yeah. A lot of teams in our company skipped it, but yeah, told them, okay, um, let's try again. Then yeah, we succeeded, but we also faced a lot of challenges.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It also depends if you have time or
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of circumstances.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. The budget also technical debt.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah. Again, guys, do not. Well, there's a lot of challenges, but do not be afraid because Angular is really getting better. So even though you are facing a lot of challenges, please try to migrate it to zoneless. As yeah, what
Mhm.
Brigida has teach us.
Just step
Step
by
by
step,
step.
small
Yeah,
step.
yeah,
It's always, it doesn't matter if you go zoneless or not. If you will be migrating your project step by step, it will be improved. It will be better. So still uh, you will have additional value, right? Um, Probably you will learn a lot
yes, yeah.
from it.
You will
But
really learn
step
it.
by
Really
step,
learn a
step
lot.
by step.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, don't be afraid to improve all of your apps, guys. But yeah, the most important thing is the learning process as well. So, okay. Yeah. I think last thing, Brigida. My question is, do you have anything to promote your speaking engagement or your future events?
Oh, so my future events, probably it will be in autumn. Um, and it looks like I will be in Greece, in Athens.
Oh, okay.
In Athens Meetup. In October, I will be in IJS Munich. And in November in Verona, I will have new topic connected with Web MCP.
Okay.
So I think that it will be very interesting uh, because of the AI new possibilities. but also it's connected with Angular because of the integration WebAppCP
Mm,
in Angular project. So if you are somewhere there, I encourage you to join my talk. And yeah, probably it will be more webinars somewhere there.
mhm.
Maybe I will join also your meetup again.
Ah, yes,
I'm
yeah.
waiting for invitation.
The community will be glad if you can travel to the Philippines. Maybe,
Oh, why not?
yeah, why
Why
not?
not?
Yeah.
Why not? I like combining my holidays with
Oh, yeah, yeah,
tech talks. Mhm.
yeah. That would be nice. And is it your first time if you will be going to the?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah. We will be contacting you if we have like a face-to-face event for you. So
Okay, 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 cool.
yeah, and yeah, good luck on your events. There's a lot, so you will be traveling a lot in all over Europe.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Autumn will be busy
It will
for
be
sure.
very busy for you, and yeah, good luck, and yeah, hoping for the best for all of your talks. So
Thank you, and once again, thank you for invitation. It
yes,
was a pleasure.
no, thank you very much for accepting it. It was really a pleasure for you to talk in our community, and yeah, guys, thank you very much for joining our talk, and yeah, see you in our monthly meetup. So this is always every month. We are always inviting our speakers. And yeah, if you also want to apply as a speaker, so please feel free. Our sessionize is still open. You can submit all of your talks, and yeah, we will get back to you soon if you are approved as our speaker. So don't be afraid and just share all of your knowledge. Maybe we can also learn from all of the challenges, also the learning, or maybe the migrations that you have on your topic. So yeah, once again, thank you, Brigida, and thank you, everyone. And yeah, have a nice evening in the Philippines and have a nice afternoon for you, Brigida.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye bye.